It looks like Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are both staying in prison till they get extradited and till their case eventually finishes. I seen somewhere it's like a 70, someone gave it like a 70-80% chance that they're actually going to be remanded in prison till the end of this year, like even maybe past that. Because obviously the courts don't want them out because they might be a danger to themselves. Other people might want to get to them as well. You never know. But obviously, if you don't know, these two are due for extradition to the UK. The UK is waiting for the confirmation of the request they put in to get them extradited, and it's more likely than not that it is gonna happen because, first of all, America and UK have a treaty where they have to do it, especially because they're facing 50 charges, yeah, 50 different charges, and they've also got a treaty in place to let people get extradited, like between the UK and America. Even though Andrew Tate did say he's very close with the Trump administration and whatnot, it doesn't look like the Trump administration is going to help him in this case. And also, Andrew Tate released a interview, I think it was like a 4-hour interview after he got arrested, which basically means he was waiting for this. He knew he had this one interview in place where it mentions everything that needs to be mentioned, because obviously when you're in prison, you're not going to have a voice. So basically the way he's done it is he's got arrested, and now the guy whose podcast he went on, he released the interview after he got arrested. I'm sure Andrew Tate told him, just hold the interview, trust me, release it after they come for me. You know what I mean? It's like a 3 to 4 hour interview. I'm not going to be reacting to that, but there's a lot of things that he did say in there, such as he knew, he literally foreshadows everything. He knows that the UK are going to come for him. He believes that he might go out like Charlie Kirk. He says, when nothing is working for them, when they can't get to me, how else are they going to take me out? The only way they can is when you're in a rally giving a speech and some guy snipes you from out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So guys, first we're going to get straight into this article. Then we're going to get into a few clips. The article is an American article. It came out today, literally like a couple of hours ago. It says Tate brothers arrest, court filings reveal details on allegations in UK case. Tate brothers fighting extradition to the UK, as you can see. Oh yeah, and they've hired another lawyer to actually jump on their case, because this one lawyer, he couldn't do everything. So they've hired another one and that lawyer specifically is meant to try stop the extradition back to the UK. So it says here, Tate brothers fight extradition after new UK crime charges. Court documents tied to Andrew and Tristan Tate's extradition case in Florida reveal new details about charges brought to the UK prosecutors against the brothers, including descriptions of the alleged rapes of 3 British women. US federal prosecutors asked in the filings that Andrew and Tristan Tate remain detained during extradition proceedings following their arrest in Miami over the weekend, after British prosecutors brought new charges of grape and trafficking against them. According to the court filings provided by the Department of Justice, 2 of the women allege Andrew Tate, 39, strangled them unconscious and then pee them without their consent. Another woman also accuses Tristan Tate, 38, of strangling her unconscious and then graping her, according to the filings. So these are serious charges they're facing, guys. One woman, identified as complainant A, alleges that during an encounter with Andrew Tate over several hours, repeatedly placed her in chokeholds, releasing the holds only for brief intervals to allow her to breathe, while pee her without consent. She recalled being unsure if Andrew Tate was just a rapist or if he would kill her. Guys, this is very similar to the young Philly case, like the same kind of charges. Obviously, these men are charged with way more because they're much bigger, so more girls are going to come out about them. But it's the same kind of charges, like pee, choking, stuff like that. You get me? Degrading women. In the 2 detention memorandums, which were provided by the Justice Department to the judge overseeing the ongoing extradition proceedings, prosecutors argued that both brothers faced credible allegations of repeated violent grape and PA stemming from the newly unveiled charges by the United Kingdom. The allegations resemble those brought by 4 other women in an ongoing civil case against the Tates in the UK who have spoken with ABC News. The woman's allegations come from around the same period. So it's around like 2010 to 2017, like I mentioned in my previous videos. If you haven't watched my previous videos, guys, on these guys, it's like two previous ones that I've posted about them. Like the first day they got arrested, and then the update, and then the next update. So if you want, you can go watch them as well. So this is Andrew and his brother Tristan Tate are pictures inside the Court of Appeal in Romania in 2024 when they got arrested, and they spent a good part of 2025 in jail, I'm pretty sure. The 4 women from the civil case are not part of the criminal case against the Tates. One woman from the civil case, identified as Evie because she requested ABC News not to use her real name, alleged Andrew Tate had also strangled her unconscious without her consent while they were having, and then continued having with her, according to the civil complaint. She alleged Andrew Tate's strangling caused blood vessels in her eye to burst. Bro, what the hell? And left her frightened for her life, according to the civil complaint. Guys, this is serious, man. Another woman from the civil case, whom ABC News is calling Amelia, has also accused Andrew Tate in 2013 of grape and strangle without her consent. She provided text and voice messages to ABC News that was sent between her and Andrew Tate at the time. Bro, this is some serious stuff that's going on. I can't lie to you, bro. Like 4 women. I think it said even like it's 7 in total between them. It's mental. 50 charges, you know. In one of the voice messages, a voice that appears to be Andrew Tate can be heard saying, "Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't pass out. Chill the F out. Jesus Christ, I thought you were cool." So that's him actually admitting to it. There's a lot of stuff that he admits to as well. Like, it's come out that he admitted to, like, chilling with, like, underage girl. Like, bro, I don't even want to say too much, but yo, there's so much things that come out about him that he admitted in previous interviews that probably he thought would never get clipped. Asked about the allegations in the civil case, a spokesperson for Andrew Tate previously told ABC News he vehemently denies these accusations and does not condone violence of any kind towards women, saying Andrew Tate was saddened by the allegations and accuses the women of being opportunists. Citing the new allegations at times in graphic detail in the detention memorandums, the US prosecutors also pointed to evidence that they said suggests both brothers will have a strong incentive to flee the United States. They should be released from jail even on a temporary basis before the extradition proceedings play out. So they're trying to basically get some kind of bond or bail, which they haven't got yet. They're still remanded till I think like the 28th, which is the next hearing, 27th or 28th. Andrew Tate and his brother appear to have financial means and the will to continue evading justice, prosecutors said. They travel frequently to countries that do not have extradition treaties with the United Kingdom, seemingly to avoid or frustrate attempts to extradite them. They note that despite the UK seizing roughly around $2 million in accounts owned by the Tate brothers, both appear to still have access to considerable financial resources. Bro, these men are minted, bro. 2 million, and they probably don't even care about that, bro. In addition to his well-documented world travels, in July 2026, Andrew Tate posted a video tour on social media of a 50 million 41-meter super yacht, Obsidian Blade, which he is reported to have built in Bodrum, Turkey, and which is reported to be due for completion in 2027, the filing says. So he's bought a yacht that hasn't even been made yet. Imagine he's in jail, like, for another 10 years, and you didn't even get to go on the yacht like that, bro. That's mad. And rather than answering to the charges in court, prosecutors accused Andrew Tate and his brother of engaging in a coordinated campaign to identify and target their accusers, noting the significant social media following and other examples where they've used their accounts to go after specific individuals. That's why they're actually trying to hold these names from these men, because they know that, obviously, they've got a lot of fans. First of all, if their fans find out, they'll go throw hate at them, just everything, probably threaten them, and make them probably like overthink and probably like, you get me, not want to testify and stuff like that. Obviously, that's not what the courts want. The courts want to withhold their name. So Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, no one can get to them. Not their fans, not them, not their lawyers, no one. ABC News has reached out to the brother's attorney for the comment on the allegations on the filings, and that's them too. The brothers briefly appeared in federal court in Miami on Monday for an initial hearing tied to the ongoing extradition proceedings. Their attorney, Joseph McBride, who's the lawyer they have right now, told reporters outside the courthouse that he planned to challenge the extradition request and would argue that the brothers should remain in the United States while a separate civil case proceeds in Florida, and that they are not a flight risk. So their lawyers basically saying they're not a flight risk. They will, if they are allowed to be temporarily released, they will follow all instructions, all their conditions. We are, of course, objecting to extradition because Andrew and Tristan Tate are innocent, McBride said. They have never done nothing wrong. They shouldn't be extradited for crimes they did not commit. He referred to the new charges against them in the UK as despicable, meritless, heinous, and atrocious. The brothers were previously charged in the UK in May 2025 with a total of 21 counts, including multiple counts of grape, palm, and trafficking. That case involved 3 victims, British prosecutors said. They are newly charged in connection with alleged SO involving 4 additional people, according to a CPS news release on Sunday. So obviously, like I said, it was like 3 to 4 people originally, and now they added another 4 more. That's why the United Kingdom has actually come for them, because there's 4 more people that are complaining about them. And it's added on to their previous charges, so they're going to put all of that into one court case, and they have to fight all of that. You know what I mean? Andrew Tate was further charged with 7 counts of grape, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for SE, 3 counts of A, occasionally actually BH, and 19 additional charges for offences relating to indecent images of an extreme... Brother, I don't even want to say these words, bro, because it's crazy what's going on, bro. They are really trying to get him on a mad one. Man said indecent images of... You man can read, innit? Tristan Tate was further charged with 1 count of SA, 2 counts of grape, and 3 counts of arranging trafficking for SE, according to the CPS. McBride, who's the lawyer of the Tates, told reporters on Monday that he planned to argue that the brothers are not a flight risk, saying they have consistently made court appointments in Romania in connection to a criminal investigation there. The Tate brothers have denied the allegations in the UK and Romanian cases. They've never run away from any controversy or any jurisdiction. They wanted to see them in court, McBride said. They are not going to do that here. He said that Monday that the defense is working to have the brothers released from what he referred as solitary confinement as soon as possible. So the brothers right now, guys, they are in solitary confinement, fighting their case. Like I said, they've hired another lawyer so they can get the extradition request denied, but we'll see how that one goes. I'm not too sure if that will happen, but yeah, you never know, man. You never know. So we're gonna get into this Morad Morali guy. This guy, he's not a lawyer, but he's got a YouTube channel, a very big YouTube channel that he talks on cases. He's got teams that work in certain cases, so he gets like inside information. So we're going to get straight into his video on Andrew Tate hit with devastating extradition news. Oh my God. Tate brothers hit with devastating extradition news.
For the Tate brothers, things are not looking good because they were hoping for the Trump administration to extradite them They were hoping for the Trump administration to prevent the extradition. So it's not looking good for the Tate brothers. They were hoping for the Trump admin to prevent and stop the extradition, but it looks like that might not be the case at all. Hey guys, it's Marab Ronaldi. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video where it's been reported that the Trump admin won't block the extradition of notorious manosphere influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate to the UK after they were arrested Saturday on rape and sex trafficking charges. The Department of Justice has written in court papers that the Secretary of State Marco Rubio has sole discretion to halt the brothers' removal from the US. But White House and State Department officials have said Wednesday that no such intervention is coming. My God, today. The Secretary has not spoken to the Tate brothers or their lawyers at all. The State Department has no plans to act on this matter at this time. A senior department official said, whilst a second source familiar with the matter also confirmed the planned extradition. So, this is really bad news.
Trump administration won't block Tate brothers' extradition to UK on their new charges. So Andrew Tate actually thought America was a safe haven. He thought the Trump family is going to protect him. As you can see, there's no protection for them for now. I'm not too sure if they might get the extradition rejected, but for now it's looking like they're not getting no help, and it looks like the treaty between the Americans and the Britons will continue, and they will get extradited back to the UK on facing their 50 charges.
For them. I want to repeat, the Department of Justice has written in court papers that Secretary of State Marco Rubio has sole discretion to halt the brothers' removal from the US, but White House and State Department officials said Wednesday that no such intervention is coming. This is what the Tate brothers were hoping for. This was their last thread of hope as they are sitting in that jail in federal custody with their lawyer spewing, just dramatized statements and the hope that the Trump admin would actually help them, and that, the Tate brothers are close friends with, Trump's sons and etc. All of that seems to be a complete farce, because now that hope no longer exists. That means that inevitably, I believe, in my opinion, they will be extradited now in the next coming weeks, months, however long this is going to take. And it's going to be a very lengthy uphill battle for them to face in the UK. And with over 50 charges and 7 alleged victims, I can't even imagine what the prosecution is prepping in regards to witnesses ready to come to court if and when this does go to trial, that I don't think that the Tate brothers are going to even get out of this unscathed, let alone everything that's going on in Romania, which is another battle for them to face. So this is a pretty shock update for them, that the department in Washington are already shutting down the story. They're already shutting down the whole conversation of the Tate brothers or Andrew Tate's strong connection to the Trump admin. They've shut that down quick and said that, listen, we're not going to hold nothing. It's got nothing to do with us. We have the power to stop it, but that isn't going to be happening anytime soon, because like I told you guys, halting an extradition of the Tate brothers does not benefit Trump. But what the Tate brothers do so well is work with media. Getting, the young boys on their side, the manosphere, the subjects, the misogyny, all of that. And so it's easy for them to present as if the Trump admin is going to help them in a very, careful manner. They've dropped some kind of 3-4 hour interview the day after he was arrested. So clearly that was, pre-planned to be dropped if something like this was going to happen. But this is what they're great at, creating a farce mirage. It's something that's not really there, because clearly the Trump admin would have stopped all of this if he was so close to them. But clearly, all of the manosphere stuff would have been true, but clearly it's not. If the man presents himself as a liar, then why would this Trump situation be completely true? It simply doesn't make any sense at all. People underestimate how willing and able the Tate brothers are to reach out and lie and manipulate powerful and influential people to get them on their side. That doesn't whatsoever absolve those who bought into their lies, but it explains recent turn of events. When you take the Trump admin intervention out of the picture, the likelihood of the Tate extradition not going through drops to about 1% or less, this particular person says online. Also, the Tate brothers' lawyer, first and foremost, only addresses Andrew Tate. He forgets to even, forgets to even address Tristan Tate, but then he does, number one. Number two, they're talking about the change of prime ministers in the UK and how that is one of the reasons, and that, everything about how Keir Starmer was a prime minister. Keir Starmer being the ex-prime minister, and now we have Andy Burnham, has nothing to do with what the Tate brothers are going through. That's how I know that this lawyer, to me, is completely bogus. Because what do you mean you're mentioning about the prime ministers changing over, and that's got something to do with the case? It definitely does not. And also, they have announced that they are hiring a second lawyer who specializes in extradition to basically stop all of this to go through, because they know that their current lawyer can't really hold the fort on his own. So whoever the second lawyer is, which you can find his name and everything online, I don't think it's going to make any difference. The UK and USA already have an extradition treaty made. It's already there, set in stone. And with the Trump admin now confirming not to be halting anything, it's inevitable at this point, if you are facing over 50 charges combined with 7 alleged victims for a span of multiple years, and the CPS definitely want to prosecute him because of the high interest, it's inevitable that he will be extradited. There is a hearing now next Monday on the 27th of July in Miami. I don't believe they're going to be present. I think they're going to be present by video link, about a bond hearing, which we know that the bond is going to be denied. I believe that hearing is going to be shorter than the last hearing, because the last hearing was 10 minutes. This hearing will probably be, 5-6 minutes or something like that. But Whew, it ain't looking good at all.
Hi there! Would you like to receive a gift? I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and this is the Book of Mormon. It specifically talks about Jesus Christ. I've seen
A special envoy of Trump, Paul Zampoli, who had met with the Tate brothers multiple times and invited them to a private party, recently distanced himself from the brothers. I did not know these allegations about them. Zampoli said, that is on me. A senior Trump admin official also told Axios, article by Press, the US has an extradition treaty with the UK and the admin intends to honor it in this case. Ciao, game over. They can't really do much with their lawyer or whoever lawyer they now want to hire to prevent them from being extradited. So what I'm trying to make you guys understand is this isn't some kind of arrest situation and then they get released and everything's fine and it goes away. This is serious. I consider Andrew and Tate's careers to be completely over, and also the freedom that they once had. They are going to be in prison for a very long time if they are found guilty.
Man said he considers Andrew and Tristan Tate's career to be over. Yeah, bro, that's sad. I can't lie to you, bro. If it's true, they deserve it. You know what I mean? But if it's not, I feel for them, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, anything like this is going to ruin your career. 50 charges, you know.
Which I think that they will be, pending the amount of charges and alleged victims and how the UK is taking this very serious. This is serious. And I don't think the Tate brothers have comprehended how serious this is, because they would have prepped for this coming, not trying to drop your phone as you get arrested, wanting somebody else to pick it up. It's just ridiculous. Like, they weren't prepared for this. They really weren't. Polymarket predicts a 98% chance Andrew Tate will still be in custody by July 31st and a 71% chance he will still be in custody December 31st. More than
someone predicted them to be 98% to still be in jail July 31st, and then he's gonna say the one at the end of the year,
5 months from now. And a 71% chance he will still be in custody December 31st, more than 5 months from
71% chance that he will still be in custody by December 31st at the end of this year, 5 months on. Crazy.
now. Even the people on Polymarket are predicting this. He's going to be in federal custody. He's not going to have his bond, accepted and allowed to be around or whatever. All that's going to be denied. He's going to be in federal custody until the day the extradition gets accepted. Then he'll be on that plane over here to the UK to London, and then there will be hearings here. Now, I imagine when it now comes to London, there's going to be heavy restriction on forms of reporting because they know that this is an extremely high-profile case, and so therefore I wouldn't be surprised if they limit it to only accredited press allowed into the courtroom. I feel like the judge might do that because they simply don't want everybody in there, because they know that there's going to be large amounts of people in there. The UK courts are a lot different. Quite old-fashioned, I would say, in a way where they're not prepped for independent media, as America is more prepped, and so therefore they want to probably just shut it all out and don't want anybody else reporting on this because they just want it that way. That's how they prep for it, but they need to move on with the times, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this.
So as you can see, guys, he's cooked, man. Both of them are cooked. This guy, he knows what he's talking about. He's saying he believes that Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate's careers are finished after this. But a lot of people were saying that throughout the whole careers. So I'm not too sure how true that is. Anyone can come back from a case like this, especially if it's not true and they get found not guilty. But 50 charges you have to fight, lads. 50 charges. The British government also holding $2 million of their funds. Obviously, they got way more funds in their probably other accounts, the buy accounts, whatnot. But yeah, man, it just looks like, bro, these men are cooked, fam. Like, they're onto them differently. To the point where even Andrew Tate knew this is coming. So he had the whole interview saved for this moment. God knows what's going to happen after this. Like I said, the percentage of them staying in prison to the end of the year is 80%, give or take. 80% chance, bro. Like, guys, this is serious matters, bro. No stupid charges, bro. These are serious charges that these two brothers are facing. And bro, I can't lie, all we have to do now is just wait till they get either extradited or the next hearing. We'll know what's going on. But I believe they're going to get extradited back to the UK and they're going to eventually face trial here. And like I said, it's going to be a big popular case, so only certain news outlets will probably be in them courts, but we will find out information very, very soon. But yeah, man, this looks like, they're cooked, man. I'll be real. They've already been in jail, the Romanian jail. They were in there for months. He grew out a full beard and stuff. They look scruffy. They said there was cockroaches everywhere. Now they're gonna go to the UK, go to a UK prison. Imagine, man, them in jails, bro. And they meet the I don't know if they're gonna be in solitary confinement when they get to the UK or like in the normal jails. But imagine like the man they're meeting like Andrew Tate in jail. That'd be funny, bro. But yeah, man. Guys, leave your comments below. What do you think of this situation? Wait, I think there was one more thing that I was gonna play. Is it this? Oh, it's not. Why is it not loading? Why is it not loading? Okay. Wait. So it looks like here, this is the interview that he actually made this guy save till, because he knew he's going to get arrested, right? So he told this guy to save this interview till the day the Matrix come for him, yeah? Again, by the way, they've already come for him once, they've come for him again. And I'm going to leave you with this last message that he says, talking about the situation with Charlie Kirk and how he thinks is going to happen to him.
In the Matrix said, luckily this guy has lived such a fucking interesting life, we can find something to pin on him. We have the corrupt Romanian state. We have a bunch of women he's fucked. We can lean on the women. We can pressure the girls. We can get the leaderboard of how much he spent on each girl. We'll get one girl to cry rape and we'll get him, bang him up. Why kill him? In fact, it's more torturous to leave him in that jail. It's worse than death. And they're right, it is. I'd rather die than spend my life in there. If you live too clean, let's imagine you pay your taxes and you get married and you're a good Christian man and you do the right thing all the time and they need to get rid of you and there's seriously no traction for option 2. There's not a single thing they can find to charge you with. You know what happens? Some crazy guy shoots you in the neck while you're speaking at a rally.
Charlie Kirk.
So if option 2 isn't even feasible, they jump right to option 3. They wanted to kill me, but they thought his past is messy enough that we can get him. We can set him up.
You're just admitting like his past is messy. Like, why would you say that? It just shows that something is wrong in your past that you haven't got convicted of yet. You know your past is messy.
Reason I'm not dead. And the only reason they want me to kill myself is because then I'd lose Aura as a hero. That's why when I kept saying
Aura as a hero, you know. Andrew Tate is one funny guy, bro. I can't lie to you. Bro's facing all these charges and all he cares about his aura as a hero. Guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this situation? In my opinion, they're cooked, bro. They're cooked. Bro, it seemed like the world's leaders are just after him, bro. Like, they don't want him to be influencing any kind of boys. They don't want anything to do with him, bro. They've shadow banned him on most platforms, if not all. TikTok especially, bro. You can't post nothing with that. His content gets banned straight away. Like, I tried posting my clip of me reacting to him. They gave me a strike on my account, on my TikTok account. I'm thinking, what? Obviously YouTube, X and that, you're allowed to post him, but still, it just shows, bro, a lot of people are onto the brothers, bro, and can't lie, it's kind of their fault. You get what I'm trying to say? Because at the end of the day, they did the madness with the girls. Not what they're accused of. I don't know that, but I know they've definitely been through madnesses with girls.